Man, I'm stuffed.
Me too. Man, I think I could have taken you back in the day.
Taking me? Taking me where? What are you, 140?
Maybe. I had some game.
You're talking about flag football, right?
Nope. Paper. I'd whip your tail in paper football.
You carry around a paper football?
Every day. I don't leave home without it.
Kick it off, big boy.
You're on.
Eckridge. Get Saturday done right.
Welcome in, along with Mike Renner. I'm Steve Palazzolo, and we're discussing Alabama's reloaded roster. It's all brought to you by Eckridge, the official smoked sausage of the college football playoff. Mike, we know that Alabama recruits extremely well, and every single year they send a whole bunch of players to the NFL, and then there's a bunch of new names, new stars, and after just one game against Louisville, we have a whole bunch of new stars already on Alabama's roster.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how quickly they reload. We're going to talk about 4 guys today who didn't even play 250 snaps this season ago because of how talented that roster was, and now look like they could be some of the best players at their position in college football.
All right, let's start on the defensive side of the ball with safety Deontay Thompson. It was one of the best games I think I've seen from a safety. He had one missed tackle that, whatever. He missed one. Yeah. He had one bad play on there, but the plays that he made on the ball, the different ways he affected the run game and as a pass rusher, Thompson's game was absolutely incredible against Louisville.
It really was. Incredible is probably the only word to describe it. He had 2 pass breakups and an interception, but the ball skills he showed, the way he tracked the ball going from center field to the sideline, was high-level safety play that you don't see from college safeties. Usually safeties are lost in coverage. They have no ball skills. They don't know where the ball is going. They're just trying to play the wide receiver. He was tracking the ball, not the receivers. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, so he did it, like you said, from center field. Yeah. Also did it from 2 high looks when he got 2 safeties back there. He did it working downhill to the line of scrimmage. He had a pass breakup just covering the slot.
Yeah.
I mean, when you talk about, college football, you need that type of versatility, but especially next level when we start talking about the NFL draft, certainly put himself on the map with that game. Let's stay on the defensive side of the ball. On the interior of the defensive line, Quinnen Williams, we always talk about Bama and their great defensive linemen and, again, churning them out and sending them off to the NFL. Raekwon Davis gets plenty of publicity. Isaiah Buggs gets a lot of credit. But Quinnen Williams is right there with them now.
Yeah, the highest graded of any Alabama defensive lineman in this game against Louisville on only 35 snaps. He's filling the role that Daron Payne filled a season ago where he's mostly playing nose tackle for the Alabama defense. He had a hit, 3 hurries, and 4 run stops. Just a complete game. And he only played 151 snaps a season ago. This is basically his first real action at the college football level. Pretty good first impression.
Is he a little different from some of the other Bama defensive linemen as far as his ability to get after the quarterback? That's a lot of pressure.
It was a lot of pressures. He's a little quicker than most Alabama defensive linemen that I've seen over the past few years. A lot of guys, they're 2-gappers. They're sort of playing with power. He was playing more with speed.
All right, how about on the offensive side? We got Jedrick Wills. He started at right tackle, injured Matt Womack, and Wills really impressed in his first extended action at right tackle.
Didn't allow a single pressure on the day, had a pass blocking grade of 83.5. Another guy who only 121 snaps a season ago, but he also had some nasty blocks in the run game. Womack out, he looks like he could be, even better than Womack was a season ago.
All right, and we can't discuss new Bama stars without talking about Tua. It's Tua Tagovailoa. He is the starter at quarterback now for Alabama. There was a big question about Tua versus Jalen Hurts, and I think we got some answers the other night about what Alabama wants to do with their offense and trusting Tua, who's just a cleaner passer than, say, Jalen Hurts has been the last couple of years.
Cleaner passer is an understatement. It is night and day what he brings to the passing game compared to Jalen Hurts. You look at just what he did this past weekend, 85.3 adjusted completion percentage. That's fantastic. And it came on an average depth of target of 13.1 yards down the field. That's downfield passing. That's much further down the field than Jalen Hurts was a season ago. And here's the biggest thing. 67.9% of his yards came through the air. Last season, Jalen Hurts had only 44.5% of his yards coming through the air. It was all underneath, all stuff that defenses could squat on. Now you can use the whole field with that Alabama passing game, and all of a sudden, they look like a much different monster than they've been in the past few years.
And Tua has enough mobility that they can use him a little bit in the run game. He's not Jalen Hurts, but...
Oh, more than enough. I mean, you saw one of their early touchdowns was an outside zone run where it was just Tua keeping it the whole way, just a lead with the running back out in front of him. He can do about the same stuff. You can run the full run package with the QB there. He might not be as dynamic, but he's fairly dynamic as far as college quarterbacks go.
He's got a little bit of that magic. We saw it on his first touchdown pass. It looked like he was just chucking it out. Maybe there was a little luck there, but the same thing happened in the title game last year as well. He's willing to take those downfield chances. It all shows up in those air yard numbers that you talked about. Alabama's reloaded. They have new stars once again. That's the reason why they're #1 in the PFF top 25. That'll do it for us. It's all brought to you by Eckridge. Don't forget to pick up Eckridge smoked sausage at your local grocery store for this weekend's tailgate or homegate party, and make sure to visit EckridgeFootball.com for great game day recipes and to enter their season-long $1 Million Challenge.